Okay, so the next part then we can talk about is dun, 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 cosmetic surgery, facelifts, and skin whitening.
Oh, where to start?
How do you feel about this whole cosmetic surgery world in general?
For me, I feel like a lot of it is unnecessary. You should not prefer natural. You know, I'm not a hard man to please.
Are you talking like natural tits, or are you talking like...
I don't mind,
natural...
depending on what they look like previously. You know, can kind of vary my opinion on that. But as for everything else, like, I know that a lot of people get their faces done. I feel like anything that when it comes to this, unless you've been in an accident or something like has severely disformed your face, then yeah, it's okay to have that done. But I think if it's just because you're not happy with how you were born, granted that you look fairly normal, then I feel like it's sort of unnecessary. Don't entirely agree with it. At the same time, to each their own. Who am I to judge?
Yeah. I just thought of a curveball then. I mean, because it's no big secret. You went to the Philippines, got your teeth done.
I feel like that's a little bit different though.
Is it though? It's still cosmetic surgery. I'm not talking so much about.
But like, everyone gets the teeth fixed. Like it's kind of different, isn't it? Ain't no one cutting into me.
No, don't they have to cut your teeth down for them to fit the new ones?
Yeah, but isn't that the same as getting a filling?
No, because a filling is just filling in the hole.
But they have to. And they don't just fill the hole. Sometimes they, they take off. They shave down like whatever if there's decay around it or whatever, and then they fill it.
Mm. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a dentist.
I feel like it's slightly different. I'm not. There's nothing. You've done it again, Dan.
Hey!
You've done it again.
Making you think about it all again, aren't I? Because you just said about, like, unless you've got something seriously wrong, like medically, or if you've been in an accident or something's happened where you need
well, then you have to
done.
define cosmetic surgery, Dan. What categories are you talking about?
To me, cosmetic surgery is anything is body modification.
I know, but
for an improvement, usually.
Yes, but it varies though. There's like, I don't feel like teeth falls under that because a lot of people get their teeth done not just for that reason, but yeah, fucking done it again.
Okay, well, we'll swing by that one because that's probably an open debate. So yeah, we've seen a lot of people over the recent years get some work done and share on their social media what they've had done. And sometimes it is good. It's an improvement. It makes them glow, I think. It makes them feel more confident because obviously they had it done. They feel good about themselves and therefore they feel better and they look, I feel that they glow to us. Sort of like look how great I am.
Yes.
And sometimes you look at these photos and you go, I like what they've done there. And then sometimes you look at the photos and you go, ooh, why did you do that?
See, now this is my reactions to those scenarios. Sometimes it's like, oh, looks nice. And other times it's like, who the fuck is that? Like, sometimes don't even look like the same person.
Yes.
There's different levels to it.
I think some work's good. I mean, one thing I talked about with the title of this being facelifts is a couple of times if the lighting's not good in this room and I'm on these web chats, I get a few bags under my eyes, which I wish I could just, lose a little bit.
Are you telling me you would get that done?
If I had the money, I would get.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would lose some of these bags. I'd have a better hairline because I'm starting to lose my hair. I mean, I cut it yesterday, which doesn't really help.
Yeah, see, like this is where we differ. Like anything that's involving my face, my skin, like I just wouldn't touch any of it. But
you're perfect the way you are, Shay.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I would have some done. I would, like I said before,
That's interesting.
get a few things done.
I don't think you're the type of guy.
Well, I looked into it just before my first lockdown, so
Of course you did.
Of course I did. It was probably about January or something like last, was it 2020? And I went to, because where I used to park at work was a good 10-minute walk from where I actually worked. And along the route, there was this hair clinic that I used to glance up at and go, I wonder how much they would charge for this. Would they do that? Would it work? Could I? Forget it. And carry on back to my car. And one day I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go in there and have a look. And I went in there, I got a consultation, and I swear to God, the guy who, the consultant, I swear was wearing a hairpiece. And it was like, when you sat there and he's talking to you, you keep looking up going, is it though? I can't work it out. Sorry, my name, it's Dan. Dan. Is that a hairpiece? Fucking hell, is it? And his beard as well was very well groomed, and I was like, he looked like a cartoon character. So I wasn't going to judge the results based on just him, right? So I get the whole consultation thing, and part of the introductory thing, they give you like a free sort of sample of what the treatment looks like, and there's two things they can do. They can either give you a wig if your hair's really bad, like it's patchy and stuff. They would shave it all off, and it looks great, but anyway. And there's like a regrowth sort of thing where it's like a stimulation on your existing hair cells. And what they do, they put you. I've got a picture here because I was going to share it on social media, but I never did in the end. Basically, they give you these glasses which are like protective for your eyes, like UV goggle type things, and they sit you under this lamp, which it's not like heated or anything. You just sort of sit there, and it's supposed to like stimulate the cells. So the idea is you have repetitive treatments as well as using like specialist shampoos and things, and then eventually the idea is your hair would grow back. But of course, it's not going to. You won't like mane up like a werewolf. It just re-stimulates the cells that you've already, your hairline that you used to have, basically. So that was me sat under the stuff.
I'm fucking dead. You never failed to amaze me, Dad.
Oh, I know.
That's hilarious.
And then, of course, after you get all your consultation, your free business stuff, they then say, right, if you want to continue with this is how much it's going to cost. And I was like, still cheap compared to actually getting hair plugs, for example, but it's still quite pricey. And I thought,
this is the first time I've ever heard about this, Dan. I'm very surprised you've kept this quiet until now.
I know. So I was like, maybe a couple more months, start saving for it, I can go ahead. And then, of course, pandemic hit and a lockdown, and then that was it then. So yeah, I'd have a few things done, but I draw the line at effectively reshaping my face. I wouldn't have like nose jobs. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't have Botox. And I suppose if the bags under the eyes thing is Botox, then I'd obviously have it, but not like the usual sort of like stiff-faced look. Yeah. I wouldn't, change my jawline. Yeah. Have 3 fucking eyelids or something. I don't know what these things are. There are people out there who I think look absolutely fine the way they are. Yeah. I still think look beautiful.
There's people that have like drastically changed their face where I'm just like, there was nothing wrong with you previously.
Yeah, like huge lip fillers and cheek implants. I'm like,
yeah. Some people are ridiculous about it too. And the thing is, when they actually have it done, they take photos. They look ridiculous, but to them, they look this beautiful girl in the world. I'm just like,
and weirdly,
wow.
The comments as well have been very promising. A lot of people have been saying how great they look and almost reaffirming the reason why they did it in the first place.
Oh, you're talking about a specific person. I was talking about like a random image that I've seen online.
Well, even then, the comments are still generally going to be quite good, aren't they? They're going to be very supportive and very sort of, oh, wow, you look fantastic. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I kind of liked the way it was before.
Yeah,
I don't see the reason for it. I don't know what advantage, apart from bleeding you dry for the cost of it, I don't know why you would go through so much change. I mean, for your career, I mean, it's already going great. I don't know what it is.
I know who you're talking about.
Is it acceptance? I remember reading a comment once from about a certain someone saying that basically because they don't look right in the eye of what what the status should look like,
Yes.
their career hasn't gone as well as hoped. So
That's what I was thinking as well. I feel like that's a huge part of it, is how they may look to people in the grand scheme of things to further themselves.
But then surely it's all false anyway. Like the image of being a celebrity and being performant, whatever that might be. Like social media, people look on through people's feeds and go, "Oh, what an amazing life." Yeah, you only post like a fraction of what your life actually is.
Yeah,
the rest
it's the
of behind the
highlights.
scenes, it could be shit, right? You could have a really terrible life, but you post a nice picture of a beach. Suddenly, everyone's like, "Oh, what a great life."
Yeah.
And all you're doing there is just making you look like a permanent social media post.
And Instagram models are the worst for it. Like, none of that is real.
I don't get it. So the illusion of what the industry is, I think, is just tarnished by, I don't know, everyone before them. It's a shame. It's a shame. The one thing I don't get, though, I mean, you talk about like facelifts and nose jobs and whatever it might be you have done. It's the skin whitening that I just don't understand either.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just trying
especially
to
in the
change the way you
Philippines.
look in terms of features, but you're changing the way your skin color is. Like, you're almost trying to change identity, completely change yourself.
Especially in the
Why?
Philippines, it's huge. Like, there's
Yeah,
skin whitening soap
soap.
commercials every 10 minutes, every break. Because I saw it when I was over there. I was just turning on TV, just trying to kill some time. Even when I was at the dentist waiting to get my teeth looked at, soap whitening commercial. So what the hell is this? Why is this even a thing, and why are people okay with it?
I remember speaking to a friend. I'm not going to name them. We both know them anyway. And they were saying that the industry wants them to kind of use it. Maybe it's more commercialized or makes them more commercial. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
But they sort of refuse it because it's like, well, this is who I am. And I absolutely respect them for it. I love them for it.
if you look at celebrities in the music industry, Filipino to be specific, most of them have used whitening soap or whitening products.
It's funny, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Like when you go to the Philippines and you just see random people on the streets, just in the supermarket, whatever. They look different to the artists that we react to, but you don't really know why. And I think that's what it is. I think maybe that is the difference. I think Filipinos are darker skinned naturally.
Majority.
And I just thought maybe it's just depending on where you live. Like if you live south, more south, that's just really shit.
Or they just came from mixed families and they just happen to be famous and sing.
Being from Spanish descent and all, I thought maybe it's part of their lighter skin tone was because of maybe mixed ancestry. But now I'm thinking maybe it's just down to the soap.
Yeah.
Fucking soap, mate.
It's
You know how I feel about soap,
mate. Yep, because they view it, the whiter you are, the higher you are. Their perception.
That's wrong, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking
is
foul.
awful.
It's disgusting. Not saying that white is disgusting, but the concept that white is. But the thing is, this is a worldwide thing. Like,
yeah.
But it's just bad that that's just how it is in the Philippines, and they accept it to the point where there's commercials every break.
It angers me that someone's thought that that's what people want, and people do buy it. It's just it's like they see white as being superior, and that's really bad.
It's so strange because when you see like Instagram models, like they'll kill to have their color skin, to be tan and certain like brown complexion. They'll kill to have that, and it's the opposite in the Philippines.
That's actually interesting because then
people go tanning all the time, but not in the Philippines. Obviously, they don't need to. They can just walk outside, and obviously because of the color of their skin. But just the fact that it's the opposite there, they have the opposite mindset.
That's really interesting. You're right. I think there's tanning studios and salons. There's people who are going abroad to get tanned. So why is that different? You're using the sun to tan, and where they're using soap to whiten.
Because it's integrated in their culture. How they were raised. It's like it's always been like that.
Well, here's a question then, and I think it's a fair question. When a white person goes to somewhere hot, they burn. It's just the way it is. Native residents of said country don't burn because their skin darker. I can't remember the name of it now. There's something in the skin, the pigmentation anyway. Obviously, being darker skinned, it absorbs the sun, therefore you don't burn, and that's why people don't tend to wear sun cream who are living in the country that they live in. So if you live in the Philippines where your skin's naturally darker and, obviously don't require sun cream, if you whiten your skin, do you therefore have to wear sun cream, or do you negate that?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. You're changing the color of your skin. Is your skin able to change back because of the sun? I don't know. I haven't looked as much into it to how it actually works.
I've noticed a lot of people using cosmetic surgeries for top-ups, if you like. They get like regular skin treatment sessions, I guess. And I don't know whether that's to top the whitening up, if it's just to keep the skin looking smooth, if it's to, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Don't know.
Don't know if it's just to have clear skin or if it's for something else.
Maybe I'm just of the wrong generation to not really understand that. But just the mindset of like cosmetic surgery is one thing, but when you kind of when your whole life revolves around trying to live up to a certain look, I think that's just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there.
You are beautiful the way you are.
Exactly.
Not you, Shay.
Exactly. I'm just thinking, we missed anything with the whitening? Because it's quite a serious topic. There have been YouTubers that have spoken on this. Mm-hmm. I think one that comes to mind is Will Dasovich. I can't remember where he went with the video, but I know he's covered this topic before. I don't know if it's bring awareness to it, because I feel like everyone's pretty much aware of it, but just the idea that it's normal and that it's okay. That idea needs to change.
Yeah, but I don't fancy being the face of that. Coming from a white person.
I don't mind, mate. I don't mind just fucking opening up a can of worms.
I think we've got a can of worms.
They can all hate me, Dan. They can all hate this guy. That's all good with me. I would love to be the face to try and bring some sort of change.
I think something does need to change. I think a lot of it is ingrained in the culture, isn't it? It's sort of like, you want to become famous, you have to do X, Y, and Z, and one of those is skin whitening. It's sort of like I say, maybe it's perceived to be desirable, so therefore, if you want to be picked for something, you have to look the part. But there are so many great singers across the world of so many different nationalities that don't need skin whitening. So I don't understand why what's interesting? Okay.
A lot of their favorite singers, majority of them are black.
Oh, really?
When I'm thinking about, ballads and a lot of the artists that they idolize, Whitney Houston, a lot of the current artists today, Beyonce, her, these are all black, African-American singers. They're darker than them, so why? I don't understand. I don't understand how it works in the Filipino show business. I'm trying to think of a popular singer that reflects Filipinos as a whole in terms of skin tone. There's none that come to mind.
In terms of a Filipino?
In terms of
someone...
As a Filipino singer in the music industry is very popular that reflects the skin complexion of the Filipino community.
I have a name, but I'm going to Google before I say the name because I don't want to get it wrong. Asia's Nightingale.
Oh.
But looking at photos of her over the years, there's one, if you just type in JF Filipino, pulls up a bunch of images. One looks like it's from the 89, in fact, it's dated there. She looks darker than she does now, so she may still have used it, but I don't think she's fully committed.
Yeah.
But she's the only one that comes to my mind. But then I don't know her background either.
I've seen her live too.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering why she's so familiar.
So
she was at Katrina's concert.
Let's see where she's from. That might influence. Oh my God, her actual name is Maria Luisa Ramsey Kagastian Godidok.
That's a long name.
Known professionally as Jaya. This is what I suspected, right? So her family, her parents are mixed from Jamaican and Visayan. So her darker complexion could be down to the fact that she's got part Jamaican.
Yeah.
In her. Otherwise, I can't think of anybody else who has darker skin complexion.
If we go back and look at some of the popular artists right now in the Philippines,
I know what you're going to say.
you can see slight differences in their skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done it to the point where they're completely white, but gradually over time they've lightened their skin to the point where you may not necessarily notice it unless you go right back
It's like
to where they were first in the limelight.
It's so gradual you don't notice it, but looking back you can see.
But if you look at it now, because I've
not
noticed
just
that
skin
with
tone either. Not only do I think in terms
are you talking about
of,
hair color?
I'm talking about body shape. I'm talking about potentially
Oh, you gone there.
some work on the face. Potentially. I haven't. That could be a weight thing as well. I don't know.
thought you were talking about somebody else.
Oh, right. You're going to go there. Then also, yes. I know
Don't
who
want
you're
to
talking
go
about.
there. I thought you were already there.
I'm there with you now. I've paralleled and I'm back on the straight and narrow.
Because that particular person also has some other things done. Don't want to say any names. I don't want to get shit on in this episode. I don't want to be forced to make an apology video, make an extra episode.
Yeah, that was like a bonus feature of episode 1, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. I think it's a fair comment to say that the Philippines is a lesser developed country than other parts of the world. There's a lot of poverty there. We know that. We've experienced it. We've done our charity outreach stuff over the years as well. So we know. So you would think that with their ways of living that they will, and no doubt do, appreciate the smaller things in life. So why don't they appreciate the way they look au natural?
Do we mean as everyone? Or do we mean as in people who are pursuing a career in the Filipino show business?
I think anyone more so than everyone because
I feel like they're both kind of overlap.
They do. There are probably plenty of people who maybe haven't gone down that route yet, who maybe haven't started a career yet, or maybe want to start a career yet and are considering options. I think they can also be put in the same category. So I just think generally people should just love what God gave them. Unless he's blessed you with no tits, in which case...
If you need someone to give you an opinion after the job is done, I'm right here. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, God.
I have a fix for this problem. Get rid of these fucking soap whitening companies and then it's done. Shut the fucking things down.
It's almost like a drug though, isn't it? You know, it's bad for, I mean, not obviously drugs are bad in a different kind of way, but bad for you, but it's a big industry.
Oh yeah, I assume it's easily accessible. Like you don't need anything to get soap whitening, just convenience store.
Yeah, I know, but just saying like
I know, but that's even worse is what I'm saying. It's just
yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
That's a good point actually. Maybe it should be a more licensed product.
Yes.
If it has to be sold. But, you know, we can't solve all the world's problems in a day.
We can try.